Hello, everybody. This is the African Actions Network, radio and television. We are here this hour and we have interest, vested interest, and we still following um, information regarding the death of the late Charloe Musu, daughter of the former Chief Justice Charloe Musu Scout, someone who served Liberia for years, and she's bereaved, and we are concerned about what is going on in Liberia. We have had discussion on this matter before, and as we promised, we're going to keep discussing this matter until it goes to court. When it goes to court, then of course we allow the judicial process to take its course. But right now we have interest because a soul has been taken away from this face of this earth. For whatever reason, we don't know, but we keep following the development, and we are following the ongoing investigation by the Liberia National Police. They are the authority concerned, and we think they should be able to reach to a full conclusion their investigation to put this matter to rest. Whoever the perpetrators are or the perpetrator is, that person or those persons should be brought to book. Until then, we follow development and some of these theories we are hearing. We want to keep discussing them and see whether or not some of those perspectives make sense for anyone to believe. There are three theories we have heard so far. We are more concerned about those theories as to people are dating. These are allegations. They are not proven. There's no evidence. But hey, Liberia is a gullible society. The people are very quick to believe some of these information. So for us at 2 really the best we think we can do is let us rationalize some of the things we're hearing and see whether they make a lot of sense. Whether Liberians can actually believe some of these theories. There are three theories we have heard so far. But before we even go into those theories or discussing those theories and probably make some analysis of those theories, let's listen to one of the daughters of the former Chief Justice, Charloe Musu Scout's daughter, and I think she's in the United States. I saw this video on her TikTok platform, and so we thought to give attention to that and see whether that makes sense, whether people can feel what these people are undergoing right now. Okay? Before that, let me cut this shut. But it's concerning because it borders someone just losing their. I mean, imagine it. This is not you, but this is someone else's child. So we want to look at it from our own perspective. Let's cross the T's and dot the I's and be able to say what we are hearing, whether it makes some sense. Let's listen to the late Musu Chief Justice, not the late, the former Chief Justice daughter. They all are in tears, and our sympathy go to them. While we hope to listen to the investigation, the Liberia National Police investigation, and the result thereto, so that whoever that is responsible for the death of this girl, that person can face the full weight of the law. We do not know who killed this girl. There are information out there. We try to look through and listen and make analysis and think about it. But in the final analysis, we believe the Liberia National Police, the government of Liberia, has the authority, the resources to do all investigation necessary to bring this case to a full conclusion. Let's listen to um, Councillor Scott's daughter. Let's hear some of the things she's saying. From there, we go straight into making our analysis. Give me. I will try to get this started. Okay, so I think we are there. So let's take a listen.
If I am working with you, hoping you to build your business credit, please give me some time. Um, my family is traumatized right now. We just lost um, our little sister. Just lost our little sister. I cannot even believe that I'm saying that. I cannot believe that I'm saying that. Liberia has gotten to the point where there's so many senseless killings on innocent people. On innocent people. Even if they're not innocent, they deserve to be tried in a court of law, even if they're not innocent. 3 attempts have been made on my mother's life. Three. Three. And the third time they came, Charloe sacrificed her life. Charloe sacrificed her life. Charloe sacrificed her life. Charloe's future was so bright. Charloe was supposed to graduate November. Charloe would have been the first person in her family to graduate from college. And y'all stole that from her. Y'all stole that from her. My mother has served Liberia her entire life. My mother has served the Liberian people her entire life. That's what she does. I even have tried to get my mom to come to the US. My mom loves Liberia. That's where she wants to be. Y'all think y'all going to terrorize us in Liberia? Is that what y'all think? We have not done anything to anybody. Do y'all think y'all are going to terrorize us and kill us? Is that what y'all think? Is that what y'all think? And y'all gonna go scotch free? Is that what y'all think? We have not done anything. My family has not done anything but serve the Liberian people and sacrifice. Y'all are not going to terrorize us. Just how y'all know who we are, we know who y'all are. I think y'all can forget we global people. We come from the southeast. I think y'all can forget.
Okay. Um, we might play that again at the end of this program, but let's face it. The message I'm getting from Councillor Scott's daughter, she says she's in the United States. She's been trying to get her mother to come abroad to rest or to live here. But her mother loves Liberia, and so she wants to be there. She has served Liberia the rest of her life. That's what Israel is saying. Councillor Gloria Scott, former Chief Justice, daughter is saying. And you can see that she's in tears. She's also informing the public that the late Charlotte sacrificed her life. And we have heard an account that they tried to prevent the killer from reaching their mother. Now, We do not have all of these facts. We are not the authority to do an investigation. It is the Liberian National Police that should do the investigation and reach a conclusion. So we thought to discuss three of the theories we have heard. The first one we heard was that this individual, Teller, he starved this girl to death. That's the first account. And we heard that from Jerome Verdier's account, that this girl was starved by this fellow. The second account we start to hear after all the Rick Monroe continuous investigation, inviting the former Chief Justice, Liberian National Police, and all of those kind of situations, was that this woman, the former Chief Justice, knew about or knows about the death of this girl. And that theory is that she attempted to molest this girl. It's even starting to talk about these things, but that's what is in the public glare. So you cannot discuss without talking about it. So where the other information is coming from, nobody can. Let's look at it. Where is this information coming from? What are the facts and the circumstances surrounding that other theory? That Councillor Scout would have been the one responsible, or would have been the one to maybe start together. Like imagine that somebody is grieving and people want us to believe that Councillor Scout attempted on this girl for whatever reason. The full account is not out yet, but that's the theory. That she's responsible for killing her own daughter. Now, this allegation is purely in the hands of the Liberian National Police. All of these discussions are public discussion. The moment the Liberian National Police will make that decision, forward this case to court, then of course we all look up to the judiciary. But that's the second theory. The first one is that this fellow Telleh, he starved this guy, he went in his people's yard and he killed this girl. Second one is that people are saying Girl Scout knows about the death of this girl, that she also played a part in the death of this girl. The third theory we're hearing is that Girl Scout had her biological daughter who is involved in drugs, and she and this girl were in some first fight or whatever. And then Girl Scout used the pepper spray and sprayed this girl. And then her daughter stabbed this girl to death. Now, let's face it. For some of us, personally for me, those are not explanations that I can buy. They are not convincing. What am I saying is they are not convincing. I talk about the first two theories. I don't think those things connect either. Because there were information that media reports, some of us who live outside of Liberia, there were media reports that there were armed robbery attempts in those very areas. Councillor Scott herself, on occasion, she said she had reported this armed robbery case to the Liberian National Police. So, if something happened to be like an armed robbery, this guy has been starved to death, people will have to look at those things. Like I said in my last broadcast, we do not want anyone innocent to be held responsible for this case or for the death of this girl. In the same vein, we do not want anyone to go scot-free Now, the information we're hearing that this Telleh fellow has been flown to, he has gone out of the country. We do not know all of these facts, but these are information and we cannot discover saying those things. That's why the Liberian National Police should give an update every time. This is a public figure, the former Chief Justice. So somebody is saying, people are playing a lot of politics into this thing, or even using some public discussion that don't seem to be well. So that's the reason why the Liberian National Police should update the public. Sometimes to dispel some of these, erroneous statements that are going out. Who killed this girl? We do not know. This Telleh fellow, for whatever reason, if he's a person of interest, why should he even leave the country? Let us assume now that it's even true that he had left the country. Why should he be allowed to leave the country? And all of these people talking about, okay, Consular Scout did this, she did that. What are some of the reasoning? What are some of the things that he can tell us to convince us that indeed that was what she did? Molestation. I mean, if a child in a home has been molested, that would be information. That child will tell the story out there. The people around Consular Scout House will have all kinds of information out there. Nobody will be molested and don't want to be molested will keep those information. They will have to tell the story to their friends, either say to somebody in confidence. And what have you? Now, somebody say, yeah, two girls in a home can fight. There's no doubt about it. Two girls can fight. They can make confusion. But let us assume, let's see it. If and only if another girl stabbed another girl, Consular Scout would have been in the know that her daughter had done this. Now, tell me, did Consular Scout spray this girl and allow her daughter to come and stab her? Someone will say that's a theory. I mean, there's nothing. You cannot erase those things. We cannot say they are not real. But you must doubt. You must be convincing. You must tell people, look, these are some of the factual events that we can analyze, that we have analyzed, that we believe that this is what is happening. Now, somebody will say there are some things that we don't even want to talk into because we're not investigators. So I wouldn't want to go too deep into that, but I would want to be asking some questions. Who know Consular Scout to be of that kind of person? Why are you even introducing this theory into this girl's death? Out of her life, what kind of life has she lived? So people will have to know exactly how we all can approach this thing. We all want the findings. And that the person responsible for the death of this girl is sent to court for trial. If there's an allegation against somebody, someone is the prime suspect, that person should be sent to court and let the court decide either to find that person guilty or not guilty. It is not public opinion's business to declare who is not guilty. If Telleh is being named as one of those prime suspects, he should be forwarded to court and let the court make its decision. The jury will listen to the facts, will listen to all of these people, the lawyers, and be able to come up with a decision as to whether somebody is guilty or somebody is being lied on. Our conversation is not to say someone is guilty, but from what circumstances have been said and information out there have been armed robbery reported in a very area by Consular Scout herself. So then if the armed robbery extended to another level where there was an intrusion, allegation of intrusion, and that someone got killed, we all should be, I mean, it's reasonable, right? That since there were armed robbery around this area for years, armed robbers in the area, and none of them were being arrested, Liberia National Police did not take the necessary precaution. Now, someone has been killed. So let us assume that um, armed robbery was not involved in this case. Now, somebody was stabbed. The first thing is, and for me, that's some of us, that's what we think. There must be forensic investigation to make some determination. The instrument should be in the Liberia National Police hands. The pepper spray can should be in their possession. Where the pepper spray was bought, who had it, and whatever happened. They must be able to present us in the Liberia National. By now, we believe the Liberia National Police do have those instruments as pieces of evidence. Even the living, those who are around, they've been talking to people. I'm sure they've gotten their, doing all they can to forward this matter to court. The only thing we all are concerned about, do not introduce theories with the sole purpose of setting the perpetrator free and allow this case to die like any other case or some of those cases that has happened before. If the Liberia National Police truly get evidence that Councillor Scott is involved, well, let us send Councillor Scott to court. But do not politicize this thing with the sole purpose of letting the perpetrator go free. If this was stage managed, the Liberia National Police neutrality must be seen in this case. But it's not healthy the way things are going. Now, this case, let me say this. Sometimes there can be some very serious upheaval in a given society on a single case. There can be a lot of cases similar and everything. But sometimes a single case can bring about a serious upheaval. That's why there must be neutrality. People must exercise that sense of reasoning to protect lives and property. And the only authority responsible is the Liberia National Police. They should not be listening to, Koji, listening to President Weah, listening to the Justice Minister. Yeah, they take Dutch, but the police director and the agent, they must be able to look at things from the perspective of being prepared to tell the story as they know it for all of their fact findings. If for any reason anything targeted towards Koji should be arrested and sent to court. Nobody will say arrest Koji and don't send him to court and send him to prison. No, that's not the way to go about it. Whoever, even Telleh gets his right to get a lawyer. All accused, they should be allowed to hire a lawyer for their defense. And no lawyer, the state should provide defense lawyers for them or for him, whoever that person is. And that person must go to court. There will be a series of questioning to determine whether this person is involved or not. But nobody should die, and people pretend about it. For me personally, I don't want to believe some of these other children. I believe Telleh is a very prime suspect because his character in the past. If he fought war and there was things he done in the past, of course he's not fair to do it. In the same view, we're not saying because he's of his past, he's responsible for this one. But yes, from his past, there's and his name. Why only him? Why not any other person in the area? Why? Why him? So why him? Always say, since he's a prime suspect, he should be one of those forwarded the court and let the court make a determination. If the court find no probable cause to having been the perpetrator, the court set him free. And I'm glad that the police is talking to people. We may not know all of those facts right now, but we strongly want to urge the Liberian National Police to exercise a deep sense of neutrality in this guy case. Because some of us, we still don't believe that Global Sky would have done that. Go pepper spray Musu, the late Musu, and allow her child to go and start this girl. There's one thing that is even easier. Let us, because the other girl is still alive, other people go to court. There will be jurors. The juror will question her. If for any reason somebody believes that this girl killed the other girl, there's no even anybody send these people to court. Let the court justice be served in this case. Even the Councilor's car, we all believe some way, somehow, we don't want to agree with the theory that Councilor's car played a major role in getting this guy killed. Because someone will ask, why now? From childhood to this point, we do not know the circumstances. We don't know how the family been run before, how the life has been. But it is important that people do justice, the Liberian National Police in particular. They should look into this matter very seriously and do a sense of neutrality. Let they put themselves in a neutral position. If you can't handle the matter, if some of the findings is beyond the capacity of the Liberian National Police, they should get forensic people into it. Now, there's another angle that I listed. Some people are arguing on Facebook, why when this thing happen to poor people, the people can't get there, they can't get in the street and demand, why are they demanding? Nobody will support anyone to be killed and nobody advocate. But there are times in society, these things happen and sometimes it triggers a bigger problem. So when people are calling for justice, nobody should be saying there should be no justice because they didn't hear. Let us assume the other cases are bad law cases, right? Those cases are pending. But you cannot pretend, you cannot say you are not, going to sit and listen to cases because it happened to somebody yesterday and nobody went there. Or the women. All right? Why are the women going to this one? Because we're a big profiling. Yeah, big profiling because armed robbery is an issue. So don't pretend about it. You must be prepared to call on the authority to do an investigation without favor. Let it do it free, fair, transparent, and make sure that the perpetrator or perpetrators are brought about. That's society we're talking about. It may be someone else tomorrow. If the killer is within Liberia, let us somebody pay somebody to go and do that. That person is around. That person will still be paid to do something else. It might be you. It might be me. That's why there are certain cases when it comes out, everybody should get involved. If something happened yesterday, for example, Princess Kopo or death, there was a lot of public outcry. And sometimes people can't go beyond. There is an authority that's supposed to do all they can to make sure that these kinds of death don't continue. So Tier 1, Telleh you Mr. Telleh what's his fellow full name? What? Telleh something. Just okay. This fellow is what? Varlee Telleh, Telleh, right? Telleh, right? So Varlee Telleh name has surfaced in this matter, and no one is saying they might just grab him, handcuff him, or put him in jail, and he route in the jailhouse. But the fact that his name has surfaced, he must be sent to court. He's one of the prime suspects. Whatever allegation against him, let the court make a decision. But if the Liberian government will sit in there, from what we are hearing, some of us, we don't want to just believe these things, but because they are out, we have to discuss it. We are hearing that this fellow gone out of the country. If that is true, of course, and I know, I mean, he has lawyers, right? The lawyers should give an account. Those who represent him. Somebody will say, oh, they may have a fee. Somebody still have to go, whatever business you were doing. Maybe you were doing business. Somebody, oh, the next thing we hear, the man is doing some kind of a business. Go to Guinea, go to Africa, go do this. Oh, but when there's a serious murder case and my name has surfaced in it, why would you even want to allow me to travel? When you know when I leave, I will not probably come back. You may not even have a will on getting to know where I live abroad. So let justice be served in this matter. That is our concern. We do not think the way things going, that's how it should go. I watched the scene at the Liberia National Police headquarters. My mind went far off. Things can be worse. We don't want things to get so bad in that country. So we called on Liberia National Police to do all she can. The government of Liberia, George Weah's government, to do all they can to make sure. I think this is not a case that could be more difficult. I'm not a police science person, but I believe for sure if the Liberia National Police are gone on the scene for the first day, the crime scene, have secured that place, have taken pictures, have taken evidence, pieces of evidence, some of these things we're hearing today, they will be able to dispel some of this information. Because, for example, if this girl was stabbed, right, the other girl would have had, blood all on her, right? Somebody stabbed somebody, there'll be blood. Now, forensic wise, if somebody stabs someone, the level at which and now I'm hearing about autopsy. For me, I wouldn't buy into that, but the police, they know the reason why they should do autopsy. But the cause of death in this girl is known. She was stabbed to death. That's what we're getting. The only thing I'm concerned about is the forensic aspect of this girl's death. If it was knife, it was any sharp instrument, whatever it was, it should be in the Liberia National Police hand. And I'm sure there can be a forensic determination as to who actually handled that knife or whatever it was, the instrument was. The environment. Let's say they were fighting. You will see all of those marks, right? You don't need to be a police science person. But two persons fighting, you will know. Right? Two persons fighting, you will know. Whether it was from a fight that this thing took place, you will know. That's why the very first time that incident happened. And I'm sure the Liberia National Police did not ignore that. If they did, and of course, there'll be a serious condemnation on them. Because I don't think getting that place, someone is stabbed, the first thing is the traces of the blood, where the bloods are all spilled over or whatever. Find out. You would have known because two persons fighting, not just when it's stabbing, a person get out and run away. The person stabbing is like a real struggle. And even before that other person dies, they're going to see that, there's a real fight. So you will see the spill over, right? So let us assume now there was blood all around the place. Even like that, people want to cover them. People want to take that girl clothes out or do something else. What do you think? They might have was there some fresh digging somewhere where they will have to go find out why fresh digging around this place to find maybe somebody buried some other clothes over there. That other girl will have blood spill all on her even before she was rushed to the hospital. That's a lot of questions to be taken. I'm sure Liberia National Police asking these questions. We're just discussing. Somebody say grow scar because the scar wanted to have an affair with this girl. Let's assume that was the case. It sounds so stupid to me. But again, that gave everything to the Liberia National Police. So the armed robbers in the situation, how did that end? Or it was only that this very day that Congress Scott wanted to molest this girl? Or what? Has it been a continuous, let us assume we're giving our attention to that, was it a continuous eye? It don't make sense to some of us yet. Until maybe we get a full account and be able to say, okay, that this is what happened. The Liberia National Police say the only thing we want to say, we beg the Liberia National Police. This is a time that we don't expect the police director to take instruction from anybody except for the justice minister, and that he should lead his men. I'm hearing there were coroners on the scene. There should have been, I think, 7 coroner jurors that would have gone the scene. Because this guy died before the authority got to know about it. It was not preventing crime. Crime, the guy has already died. They needed coroner jurors to go on the scene to do the investigation. See the body, how the body was being lying down, whatever happened around there, photos taken, and at that time ask the questions, go all in the houses and everything, where this guy was living before, what are some of the clothes he had on that very day, whatever, so you get all those pictures and everything and get prepared to take all the pieces of information you send to the court. If the guy was spray, I know spray, they say it takes I think 4 or more hours for that real sensation to go away. But I know those are chemicals. So the body can be investigated. To know whether pepper spray was sprayed on this guy. Now, let us assume that pepper spray was not sprayed on this guy. Or let us assume pepper spray was sprayed on this guy. Now, that will, if it is scientifically proven that pepper spray was sprayed on the late Charloe, then that would be another account. That then would point to something happening within the family. At that time, we will say, no, St. Groscow said she used a spray, and scientifically it's been proven that pepper spray was sprayed on this late girl. Then those things would give reasoning for us to start leaning our argument or our thinking on Groscow. Until then, we still believe that the Liberia National Police has the authority to investigate and ensure that this matter reaches a full conclusion with no bias. We can be biased in this case. We can be thinking, okay, no, this is not the case. But people should not manufacture theories with the sole purpose to set somebody free. If this person is a hardened criminal, that should even give the Liberia National Police to dig deeper and find out who's the doer of this act. Well, as I said, we're going to keep following this development. Deciding, may the late Charloe's soul rest in peace, and we hope that God will send angels to expose those persons who have done what they shouldn't have done to this girl. All right. Once again, we know it's hurtful, but again, we also gave the Liberia National Police an opportunity to do the investigation. Councillor Scott and our family, our hearts up to them until proven otherwise. So this is how we come to a close of this short video. We still keep following about this girl's death. It's sudden. No young child should die in this way. It would be so shameful if Councillor Scott is being implicated wrongfully. Only because people want to get at her for whatever reason that we don't know. Our position in this matter is that the innocent should be set free and the guilty should be sent to jail after trial and conviction. That's our position. We do not want people to be innocently held liable or responsible for this death. In the same vein, do not make someone to run away because you know the facts and you don't want to take those facts to court. So you tell the person, you know why? They didn't want to see you had to leave the country. That would be the worst for anyone. If I ever hear this guy, if it is true this guy left Liberia, is a shame for the Liberia National Police. It would be a shame for the Liberia National Police if that is true. I mean, that will speak different volume of what is happening to this case. But to them, this is the African Actions Network. We are hoping not only to get that the killing in Liberia or the death will stop. That's not a way to build a society. It's not a way. When you do it to somebody, just imagine it. There will come a time it will happen to you yourself. It's just a matter of time. Okay? So for those who've been watching, we want to say thank you. And we will keep watching and let other folks pay attention to what is happening. Okay, so thank you so much and share the video, and we'll be glad your comments will mean a lot to other folks. Have a